Main qualities you need to be a lighthouse keeper? Well, to like the loneliness, to be able to get on with other people, and mind your own business generally, yeah.
You've got to be able to be happy with yourself, right? Just be affable, not wanting to do everything your way, or if somebody says, "Do you mind doing that?" Yeah, you muck in. You got to get on with people.
We'd have long conversations in the night about philosophy, on everything you can think of, about how the earth was formed, the universe, social philosophy, how do you create your own philosophy, and all the most ridiculous things you could possibly imagine. We had long conversations that really expands your mind because you had the time and the leisure to do it. You're not under pressure to go to bed to get up in the morning. If you get to bed late, well, so what? You can lie in a bit the following night. And you get somebody on that level, that is extremely rewarding.
I always thought that first week on, you told each other all your news. Second week, you told each other all your jokes. Third week, you were beginning to get on each other's nerves. By the end of the fourth week, you could cheerfully strangle each other. And within an hour of coming ashore, you were all in the pub having a beer together. So I didn't realise it at the time. I realised it now. But first few days ashore, when I used to come ashore, I used to run around like a headless chicken. I did. I'd want to be in the pub. I'd want to be. I just want to be with people, I suppose, really, that's what it was.
The woman would embrace his way of life as a novelty to start with. But then when he starts going away for a month and she has to be left home to fend for herself, all this novelty started to wear off pretty quickly. When she might have trouble with her neighbours, or the bills started coming and she couldn't pay them. And that was a very, very real social problem. I've known many keepers, I do have to say many keepers, who were divorced directly because they were in the service. And the fact that their wives just couldn't cope with it.
That was a little bit delicate. Because everything seems to be blown out of proportion. Whereas your child might have mumps or something, but you stuck out there, can't get ashore, and things like that. It made things get bigger. That was a bit frightening. And the other thing I didn't like personally was I did 13 Christmases away around the rocks. And I got 3 boys. And that hurt. That was hard work. Made you go against lighthouse keeping a little bit, but you soon got through it.
I mean, fishing, yeah, everybody did a bit of fishing here and there, kite fishing and what have you. But people made jumpers, knitted jumpers. Other people did models, put models in bottles and things like that. My own, because I'm sort of gregarious outlook, I used to chat on CB radio, because in the late 70s, early 80s, CB radio was the thing. Like, everybody used to chat. We had an aerial running up and down the tower on the Wolf Rock. I used to chat to people up as far as Plymouth. If you wanted time on your own, you'd go up in the lantern and listen to the radio, or whatever. Or the favourite thing was going up on providing the weather was all right, was going up on the helipad and just walking round and round and round the helipad, thinking about anything, whatever comes into your mind. I mean, it was a form of exercise as well, but it also got you away from the other 2 blokes.
More newspaper cuttings, another transfer here, 1977. You have been transferred from Wolf Rock Lighthouse to Flatholm Lighthouse with effect from 24th of March 1977. That was a good move. 2.5 years on Wolf Rock, and they used to reckon 2 years used to be a maximum. But because of the helicopter relief, they stopped all that, and in fact this is the only transfer I ever actually asked for. Prior to this, I'd always just sat back. Trinity House sent me a letter, and I'd be moved on somewhere else. But this one, we felt the conditions on the wharf were so bad that my friend Eddie and I both put in our transfer notices together.
You've got plenty of bad storms, yeah. We were on Bishop Rock, and it was just after Christmas. It was between Christmas and New Year, and we had a southerly storm. You don't get many southerlies, but this was a really bad southerly storm, and it was blowing force 10, 11 hurricane force at times for about 3 days. When the sea hits the bottom of the tower trembles like that. The tower's been there, 100 and odd years. It's seen a lot of storms, you don't worry about it. This particular time, the sea hit the tower and it trembled, and it would tremble for about 4 or 5 seconds, Whilst it was trembling, we got hit by a second sea. And it didn't tremble, it bloody shook. The alarm started going off. We thought, Christ, what's going on here? Ran up the tower into the lantern. The lens on the Bishop is a 5-ton lens, similar to that, and it floats on mercury. The shaking of the tower had shook the mercury out of the trough, so the lantern was awash with mercury. We went back downstairs, put our spacesuits on, masks, all the gear for recovering mercury, back upstairs, and we were literally dustpan and brush sweeping the mercury into dustpan. We were literally cleaning up mercury for about 3 or 4 days.